Good evening, YouTube. This is Judy Moss coming at you with part 2 of my tutorial, where I'll be showing you my Blackwing deck. Now this deck is the perfect example for what my tutorial is meant to show you. Perfect deck balance, and then with just the right set of side cards so that I can know what to plan and how to do it. Now for my main deck, I'm running 24 monsters, 10 spells, and 6 traps. And so far, it served me pretty well, because like I said, your monsters, your spells, your traps, and your extra deck gotta mesh together to form a perfect unity. Alright, so here we go. 1. Kogarashi the Warrior, the Wanderer. 2. Elf and the Raven. 1. Sirocco the Dawn. 2. Zephyros the Elite, multi-purpose monster there. Could be used in a Dragoonity deck, or a fairy type deck, or whatever other type of deck where, you know, a winged beast type monster with the ability to come back from the grave would be useful. Next up, 3. Shura the Blue Flame. And of course, 3. Boar the Spear. Now these two are your main engines in the deck. You're not going to get more combos out of any other card than these two guys right here. Next up, one of the newer Blackwing monsters, 2. Steam the Cloak. Use them in a synchro, you get a token. 1. Breeze the Zephyr. 2. Gale the Whirlwind. Was very excited about that card getting back up to 2, which means now I get double the fun if I get them both in my hand. Next up is 2. Gladius the Midnight Sun. Now people don't like to use this card too much, but for level 6 synchro or level 3 XCs, he's pretty good. Next up, 3. Kalute the Moon Shadow. You know, doesn't hurt to have an extra 1400 attack, line, and weight. And lastly, 2. Blizzard the Far North. And that's it. 24 monsters. All of them helps basically to quick summon each other and protect one another to pull off big moves. Now for my spells and traps, I run 2 cards with black feathers. Now for this card, I've seen some Blackwing decks go up to 3, but you really need to be careful for this, because to remove from play one of your Blackwings from your hand basically starts to limit your moves, and you don't never want to do that to yourself. 3 Black Whirlwinds. 1 Against the Wind. 1 Rank Up Magic Variant Force. This card is a bit iffy, but once I get to the extra deck, you'll see why it's here. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. 1 Allure of Darkness. Now this is one of the cards I was telling you guys about, the whole depending on attribute type. Cards like this only need to be in your deck if you got a deck full of dark type monsters, which basically is the same thing like that monster card Honest. No good having it in your deck if you only got like 2 or 3 light attribute monsters. You need to match your deck together perfectly. Alright. 1 Lightning Vortex to finish off my spells. And now for the trap. You got Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, Fiendish Chain, 2 Icarus Attack, 1 Compulsory, and 1 Dimensional Prison. And as you can see, I am not a hypocrite or one of those guys who preach but don't practice. All my traps are designed to keep my monsters around and to keep cleared away. And all my spells are designed to help me out, either to special summon or to clear the back row of my opponent's field so that my monster don't get destroyed by no surprises. Now for the extra deck. Now with my cards, I pretty much specify a designation for all of them. Now for these boys here in these very shiny sleeves, these are all deck specific cards, meaning they all go one type of deck. Now once I'm done with these, I'm going to give you like some other cards that I feel might be helpful or you could use for the Blackwings or any deck that you build, so that, you know, aside from what you got or what you normally use, you could have one or two surprises there and your opponent will be caught off guard, hopefully. Okay, so Blackwing Dragon, 2 Silverwind the Ascendant, 2 Blackwing Armor Master, 2 Armed Wing, and 1 Vortex the Whirlwind. Now this guy you could use in any Wing Beast type deck, you know, Harpy Ladies, Blackwings, whatever. If it's a Wing Beast deck, this guy here is your go-to. And now for the reason I have that Variance Force, I got Ice Princess Zeroth. Now this card you could either put 2 Sirocco the Dawns in there and break your neck trying to figure out how to get 2 of them out there to bring this little girl out, or you could do what I do. Take one of these here, Ice Beast Zeraphine, then activate your Variance Force and rank her up to Ice Princess Zero. And one of the surprises I was telling you about is number 17, Leviathan. An insanely common card, but dudes don't really expect it with the Blackwings. Now, I don't have them with me right now, but other cards I feel are useful for the Blackwings or your standard extra deck cards that I see most guys use for practically every deck out there is Stardust Dragon, Black Rose Dragon, Crimson Blader, and for the Xyz, you know, you got your Utopia, your Acid Golem if you're desperate, and of course there is the what is his name? It's a big fella. Colossal Giant. Not Giant, Fighter. Colossal Fighter. Level 8, Warrior type monster. But the beauty about that card is that you could, no matter how many times your opponent destroys it, you can activate the effect, bring it right back from the graveyard. So you'll always have a big old shield right there standing between your opponent and your life points. Though a card like that will be more effective in a warrior type deck, I suppose. So anyway, that's it for my tutorial. I hope you've learned a lot. I certainly have. And hopefully I will not run into any more little kids out there asking me, what are these cards and how do you play this game? Because what kind of a world is it where a little boy doesn't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Sad, ain't it? Alright fellas, catch you later.